Hey, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about solving exponential equations by graphing. So we're just going to put the equations into the calculator and then kind of look for the intersection points. So when you've got an equation like this, you just want to, for the first one, you can do like y equals 1/2, and then now in decimals, you do have to put x minus 1 in parentheses to keep it all up in the exponent. And then for the second equation, you do it's just a 7. So you do have to type in y equals 7. And you might have to zoom out a little bit. There we go. And then we just look for the intersection point. So the intersection point is where the red and the blue intersect. And so they intersect there at negative 1.807, comma 7. Now, your answer is always going to be just your x value. So x then is equal to negative 1.807. Now, on your classwork tomorrow, you will have to show me a screenshot. So you can do this a couple different ways. I just did control and print screen. Some of you might have a window button that if you just do control and window, then I'm just going to copy it to the clipboard. And then up here underneath step 3, I'm going to go ahead and just graph it or paste it. So now I just did control V for that. So then you can kind of, if you need to, just adjust the size of it. I don't need it to be super huge. But this is really helpful for me. So like if you get a wrong answer, I know if you just typed it in wrong or if you actually just didn't know what you were doing. So that just kind of helps me out. Alrighty, so let's look at example 2. It doesn't matter what you have. Your left side just needs to be a y equals, and your right side just needs to be a y equals. So I'm going to do y equals 3 raised to the x plus 2. Oops. And then for the second line, we're going to do the right side. So it's y equals, and it's x plus 1. And if you notice, these don't intersect at all. So here, just like when we did our systems, we had no intersection sometimes, and that just means that there is no solution. So again, I'm going to do control print screen. Then I can copy it to the clipboard. And then I will, underneath step 3, put it in there for you. And just kind of make it a little bit smaller. And there we go. And then this kind of leads me to, so when you don't have an intersection point, that just means that there is no solution. So step 4 kind of got moved over there a little bit. It's all good. Alrighty, so some extra examples. Now, just like when we did our systems, you'll have a couple equations or a couple practice ones that I want you to show me the screenshot, and then otherwise I don't care. So some extra examples here. We just do y equals, and I believe that's a 2 to the x, 2 to the x, and then I'm going to do y equals 1.8. And then where the 2 intersect is the answer. We don't care about the y-intercept. We just want the intersection point of the 2 graphs. Desmos sometimes puts little points at like important parts, like intersections, as well as x and y intercepts, but we just want the intersection. So my x value here is 0.848. So here I'm just going to write x equals 0.848. I only want the x coordinate when I'm looking for my answer. Alrighty, let's do number 2. So y equals 4 to the x minus 3. And then y equals x plus 2. And so they intersect right there. at 4.331. So xn is equal to 4.331. Now let's look here down here because it looks like they might intersect at a different spot, but I don't think they do. Let's see. So that is just the x-intercept of my line. It's not really an intersection point because remember your exponential function won't ever touch that line. And then last but not least, y equals 1/4. Oops. And we're going to raise that to the x. And then y equals 2x, negative 2x minus 3. And here, again, there's no intersection point. They don't intersect at all. So this one's going to be a no solution. So again, big ideas. We can just summarize here a little bit. We are going to put the left side of your equation into y, like do y equals on the left side and put it on one line. Do y equals in the right side, put it on another line, and you're just looking for the intersection point. That is the point that makes both sides of the equation correct, like true. So it would make both sides equal.